Body camera video released today by New Orleans police show the Bourbon Street attacker firing a shot at officers before they shot and killed him. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Sharice Gibson.
And I'm Katie Moore. As they released that video, the NOPD confirmed at least one bystander may have been hurt in the police shooting.
Paul Murphy reports the NOPD's top officer once again declined to answer any specific questions about the shooting or the terror attack.
Body cam video released by the New Orleans Police Department focuses on the moment after 42-year-old Shamsud-Din Jabbar sped down Bourbon Street in a rented Ford pickup truck, killing 14 New Year's revelers and injuring more than 30 others. It shows in real time what happened as officers approached Jabbar's vehicle, which crashed into construction equipment in the 300 block of Bourbon. The video shows officers with guns drawn surrounding Jabbar's truck around 3:15 New Year's morning. One officer yells for Jabbar to get out of his vehicle. You can see a flash of light as a gun is fired beneath deployed airbags in the crashed truck he was driving. That's when officers returned fire. NOPD Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick declined to say how many times Jabbar was able to shoot before he was killed.
They killed the terrorist. He was pronounced deceased on the scene.
According to the NOPD, 3 officers fired their weapons. They were identified as Sergeant Nigel Daggs and officers Christian Beyer and Jacoby Jordan. Jordan and Officer Joseph Rodrigue, who did not discharge his weapon, were shot. They were treated at the hospital for their injuries and later released.
It's clear that these officers were well within policy, and so we have zero concerns about that.
The chief could not comment on whether the officers were hit by friendly fire. She confirmed at least one bystander may have been injured during the police shooting.
We was told this morning that someone did receive, I think it was shrapnel, but I don't know if they were actually shot, but if it was shrapnel, I do know one.
According to the NOPD, officers were already present in the area making an unrelated arrest when Jabbar's vehicle crashed on Bourbon Street. Friday, police involved in the shooting were removed from administrative assignments and cleared for full-duty status. Paul Murphy, WWL, Louisiana.
The NOPD's Public Integrity Bureau is investigating that police shooting. The FBI is the lead agency investigating the terror attack.
Well, changes are taking place on Bourbon Street when it comes to protecting pedestrians. New barriers are staged, and in about an hour, the NOPD will put them into place as they conduct the nightly closure of Bourbon Street to vehicles. Emily Strahan just met with the CEO of that company that makes the barriers, who says New Year's Eve would have been much different if they were in place.
If you walk down Bourbon Street between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m., you're going to see these on every block from Canal all the way to St. Anne. And the company that manufactures them says once they're tied together with cables, the barriers can stop a car moving 30 miles an hour and around 15 feet. Here's some video of the cables in action. Now, how quickly they stop a car depends on its size, weight, and speed. And we won't just see these steel barriers on Bourbon. During the Super Bowl, hundreds of these will be set up around the city. These safety measures are being put into place just over a week after Shamsud-Din Jabbar sped down Bourbon Street, killing 14 people and injuring dozens of others. So we asked Meridian CEO Peter Whitford if this technology could have prevented the terrorist attack on New Year's Day.
Look, I think on New Year's morning it would have been a different outcome. I think that's the only thing we can really say. I don't think there's enough information, to go beyond that, but I think it would have been a different outcome. And they are strong because when you combine the barriers with cables or without cables, you can stop anywhere between 7 feet and 80 feet.
Tonight at 6 o'clock, we'll give you a live look at the NOPD setting out these barriers, securing Bourbon Street for the first time. Reporting live from Bourbon, Amelia Strahan, WWL, Louisiana.
We're also learning more about how the city's security plan is expanding for the Super Bowl. Officials spoke at a news conference that wrapped up just a little while ago.
With absolutely all the law enforcement cops you're going to see out there for Super Bowl, you're going to think you're in a sea of blue. We are going to have, of course, 100% all hands on deck by NOPD, and that is several hundred officers alone.
We will continue to work with local, state, and federal partners to coordinate resources in support of Super Bowl, including the substantial federal assistance offered under the SEER 1 designation. We've been planning for this for 2 years. We're ready.
We'll have continuing coverage of the work to prepare for the Super Bowl and keep the city safe, as well as the investigation into the Bourbon Street terror attack. And look for the latest updates on our website, our free smartphone app, and our social media pages.